Hi, this is Joe Biondo, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the vibrance and hue of an image and to desaturate an image. So let's get started. Okay, so in the exercise 5 folder, we're going to want to open up the boats image. So exercise 5, we're going to click on boats and open up the boats image. Okay, so we want to add an adjustment layer and we want to adjust the vibrance of this picture. It's already kind of cool and very bright, but let's see if we can make this image pop a little bit more. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to click on the adjustment layer icon and we're going to click on vibrance here. Okay. And so we have some selectors here. So, you can move it different ways. You can take some vibrance out and we can put some more in. So let's move this somewhere around the 70 mark, somewhere like that. Seems to be pretty good um, with that. So let's click off of that. So if you want to see kind of the difference between the original one and the new one where you added some vibrance to it, you can click off here. You can see putting the vibrance on it. It made the kind of the greens in the water a little bit more, and then the colors in the boats a little higher. So let's do another adjustment layer, but this time let's mess with the hue and saturation. So same thing, we're going to click on the adjustment layer icon, okay, and then this time we're going to go hue and saturation. Okay, so you have some stuff here that we can do. You can move your selectors if you want, and you have some drop downs, right, with different colors in here. So for this exercise, I want to show you how we can do. We're going to work with cyan, which cyan is like a bluish green color. So we're going to select cyans. And so what this is going to do is going to look at the picture and find any color in this photo that would be a cyan, and then when we make the adjustment here, when we make changes, it's going to change just that color. Okay, so watch what happens here. We move the selector, and now the boat here, and then the piece of this boat here, now all changes. Okay, there, and it doesn't touch anything else by messing with that boat there. So, you can pick it to any color that you want here. So I'm thinking maybe like -131, somewhere like that. So I got like a yellow color of the boat, which I like. And so just by doing that, now I'll tell you this: not everything is what you see as far as making changes. So if you wanted to change the color of the trees, you might think, oh, all I got to do is change the greens. But what you can't see with your naked eye is that a lot of this is actually made up of yellow. Okay, so you have to play with this a little bit to see if you can find a color so that you can do a move like that. But this cyan one I thought was very easy to kind of show you how you can use that selector to make this change. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. Now, let's do another one here. We're going to make another adjustment layer for hue and saturation. Okay, so same thing as before. We're going to hue and saturation, or click on the adjustment layer, hue and saturation. Okay, and so now we're going to move the saturation down all the way down to 100. Okay, so this is what we call desaturation of an image. It takes all the color out of the image, right, um, to desaturate it. So we're going to call this one, we're going to double click on that and call it desaturate. Okay. And okay, and so let's see what we can do here with this, with these layers. So let's click on the background image, And now what I want to do is I want you to go here to, you might see the magic wand, you might have to left click and hold, and I want you to do the object selection tool. Okay. And so what I want to do is I want to draw a box around that boat that you changed. Okay, we changed the color to yellow. Let's draw a box around that. So we're going to left click and draw a box around it. Okay, and so this is going to snap in here and detect that boat there. Okay, so you see now you have the selectors go around the boat. Photoshop said, all right, this is the object, and we have the boat there. So we're going to click on the desaturate layer. Okay, make sure we're clicked on the desaturate layer. And we have to make sure that the black color is in the background position. Okay, so it is in this case, right? If you needed to switch it, you can hit the arrows here, but we want the black in the background position. Okay, so while this is selected, you can then hit delete. Okay, and if you select off, now that just makes the yellow boat that you changed visible, and the rest of the image completely grayscale. So to make that yellow boat pop. Okay, so now that's revealed. That looks pretty cool. So let's try this again. Let's try something else, similar kind of move. On the background layer, so we're going to click on the background layer, and the same thing, we're going to do this object selection tool. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to draw a rectangle around the boat right next to the one that has the color on it. So same thing up here, we're going to draw a kind of a rectangle around it with that object selection tool set up and let go. So now Photoshop detected that's the boat. Okay, and so we're going to click on desaturate again, the desaturate layer. And same thing, make sure the black's in the background position, and then we're going to click delete again. Okay, so now that makes that boat visible. But before you click off, don't click off just yet. What we want to do is we want to go do another hue and saturation. So if you go like adjustment layer, hue and saturation. So now while you have that selected, you can start moving. You can start moving the sliders here and pick a color that you want. So I think I want this. I want a green color here. So whatever you decide you want as far as a color, you can do that. And so you can then look at the difference here. So if you click off the hue and saturation, you can see that one, but you can see what it desaturated. You want to see the original color of the boat. You can see the original color of the boat. You want to see the original, and start looking around with that. But that's a way that you can take something and change the color of an image and be kind of artistic about it. So there were a couple techniques to really show you how to work with the vibrance and the hue with adjustment layers. So I'll talk to you in the next lesson.